Hello and welcome to the weekly daily. Today we are gonna be playing the standard deck, and I am Mateusz Myślicki, xMiMx, and this is a deck that was like originally made by Brian Brown Dewin. Hope I pronounced it correct. He wants to call it Colonel Master. I prefer to play it assemble the ramp, but we both just well basically the names are about this card. We both go to this card in the names. This is Assemble the Legion, a card that I have noticed some time ago. It's very good in block against especially control decks. And well, Naya ramp decks had a huge problems with control decks because they just kill everything you've got, or like jump decks. They would just killed everything you've got, or like rough you repeatedly, and then you just don't have anything to attack them with. Even if you just keep top decking frag tasks, they just have like immense advantage. So this card actually lets you to overcome that because you just make tokens every turn. Uh, Beside that, well, the original idea of Brian didn't have some of the elements I've got. He had like two Garuk Primal Hunter in the main deck and two in the sideboard. He didn't have Armada Wurm. I'm gonna say about Armada Wurm in a minute. He had like three Angels of Serenity. He didn't have Handmasters at all. But when I played with this deck in the dailies, I learned that it's quite bad against aggro without Handmasters, which might seem weird, but it really is. You want something in the mid game just to stop them, so you can just trump them with angels, like blinking your frag task, or even overloading Museum Mortars. So I hope that three Handmasters of the first will be enough. Maybe that there needs to be like a fourth one or like two Centaur healers, but hopefully not. And besides that, what have we got here? Like there's 24 lands, there's 8 mana dorks, Avacyn's Pilgrim and Arbor Elf. Arbor Elf is untapping the white and the red mana. We've got like a double of each of those lands by 4 Farseek. We've got 4 Museum Mortars. We got only 9 red sources, 4 Stomping Grounds, 4 Woodbound Crack, and 1 Sacred Foundry. But hopefully we're gonna see that we overload this quite a lot between Farseek and Arbor Elf, really doubling the number of red mana. Then there's Force Smiter. It's just a big body on turn 2, on turn 3. It's uncounterable. It lets you survive. I guess that was Brian's idea. He had it. But I also have like the Handmaster of the Fells as well. He didn't have it. I didn't have it initially. I went quite well against like a bunch of like mid-range and some of the giant aggro decks, but then when I was paired against like those quickest decks that don't care about interaction really, the Blitz and Red-Green Saito, I felt that I really need Handmaster of Defense. Like I got trapped. Even one or two frag tasks were often not enough, especially as Assemble is pretty bad against them. We've got Restoration Angel to blink on those like sweet frag tasks and Handmasters, and we've got our one Armada. I had two before and I'm honestly thinking about getting back to two. Like this card is insane. I love it. It's a 10/10 trample for 6 mana, which you will often cast on turn 4. It's it, Not a lot of decks can deal with that. This is your way to like race combo. This is your way to trump the mid-range decks completely. It's not very good against aggro because it only comes on turn 4, but and it also gets obviously blinked by the Angel, which is also insane. And we've got two Angel of Serenity, which is a very good card. Obviously, it's just like get your own value guys from the graveyard or just gets rid of the guys on their side. Okay, how about the sideboard? Um, First, I want to talk about like 3 odd cards. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna just do this like now, right now, like here. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna get this. We're gonna be doing this in like themes. Um, Okay. Right, so let's just do it like that. So Rest in Peace is obviously against like Grave decks. I sided in against all the Reanimator decks obviously, but I also sided in against like a green black deck which has like a Strangleroot Geist and a Mangler and a Raincore, and I also sided in against like the blue white red. So like one or two against them. I've got another Armada Worm, which I think is very good against like all mid-range decks. Just casting this guy is such a huge problem for your opponent, often as big a problem as Angel of Serenity, especially as you don't have, especially in the matchups where you don't have anything to take with the Armada Worm, and it's usually a turn faster. I've got third Angel of Serenity just to have this little edge in the mid-range matchups, and another Assembled Legion mainly for the control, although I haven't played any Esper with this deck yet, so I don't know how the matchup is. I assume it's pretty bad, but maybe between Assemble the Legion, Angel of Serenity, and all those value guys, it's gonna be fair. Garruk for the mid-range and control matchups again. Boros Chan for the control matchups. I only have two. Brian Brown doing had three, but I think that control matchup is not doesn't need to be like such of a focus for this deck. We already have some main deck hate for it, and we really need to think about aggro as well. There's three Oblivion Rings, just a catch-all everywhere you want it, especially against aggro, but it's really good against Giant, where you just take the Olivia, um, or like, I don't know, or like Dirk Garuk. And two, Rostani Celestia's Voice against aggro, just to stabilize. You just slam her, and then when you have like even Fractas, it's like 10 life. It's insane. And or if you can cast this guy is just huge. So yeah, this is the deck. It's pretty simple. Hopefully it works out for me as it worked out in the first dailies I played. I went like 4-0-4-0 with it in the two dailies I played, but in the different with a different version without Handmasters. And then I did like a couple of free ones, but then I started losing to the aggressive decks. So hopefully the Handmasters will give us this little something to just be able to survive against those decks. So see you in round one, and well, thanks for watching the introduction.